the Apex Legends season 11, 12. I forgot what season this is already. Oh my lord, it's all just starting to blend into me. But the Mad Maggie trailer has just came out for her character, along with the gameplay trailer and the announcement trailer that came out a couple days ago. Whatever footage is going to be playing in the background is either going to be a mix of a previous season or a current season. I really don't care, to be honest. I have been really hoping for something for a very long time. That is story, right? Because I feel like in Apex, and just Apex Legends in general, the concept of story is in the background and it's not a forefront. And I understand that it is a first-person battle royale shooter. I understand that. The concept of the story, in my opinion, is very much being lost. It's very scrambled all over the place. Whether it's Twitter, whether it's in one of the comics in game, whether it's in the trailers, there is no unified source to go to the story. If you're a newcomer coming to Apex, right, the first thing you look at are the characters. That is the first thing that is going to attract you. That is the first thing that's going to draw you into this game and make you want to play it. The characters, the map, the gunplay, the loot, the way everything works in the game is going to attract you into playing this and want to get better at it. The problem is when you have a story aligned with everything that is going on in a battle royale, your story has to be there. Your story has to matter. And I feel like in Apex right now, it is kind of being brushed to the side. The only times it actually matters are, like I said, within the Twitter post, comics, and the launch trailers. My solution to all of this is EA. EA, you have to fund Respawn more. I don't know what the current problem is, and I'm not trying to say that, oh, Respawn is broke, they don't have enough money to fund the game, which they obviously do, because especially coming up with this new season with Maggie and the brand new modes coming out, Control and everything, you can obviously see that they're putting time and effort into this game, but you need to put more time, more effort into the game, because we all see what an amazing game this can be. We all see how very popular this can be. In my opinion, with the decline of Call of Duty and Battlefield right now, there is a space left open. There's a space left open for a market to be taken over of the first-person shooter genre. And Apex Legends can take it, but they aren't, because there's so many things holding the background. Whether it's audio issues, the balance of Legends, the rate of which content has came out in season 8. Season 8 was a glitchy season. Season 6 there was almost no content. I didn't come back around till season 5. I was in season what? I played season 0. I left. I came back in season 5, and then I experienced season 6. And I'm like, where's all the content? There's no content. And I'm like, oh my god. When it comes to this next season, season 12, yeah, I believe it is season 12. When it comes to this next season, the content needs to be there, and it looks like it is going to be there, but you need to spread your content out. With season 11, the season with Ash and the new map, Stir Point, I don't really like that map, but we're not going to go into that. That's not what this video is about. It is about the lore and how to improve it. Content can tie into the lore. The lore can tie into the content. They intertwine. They are one in themselves. That's why the quest that they did, the Bloodhound quest that came out in Sears season, yeah, they came out in season 10, they came out in Sears season, I like that. That was so good. I liked it. Even though it wasn't much, it was a taste of what could be, because you can intertwine these story missions, right? These story missions, these quests for these characters, you can intertwine them with the gameplay. It doesn't have to be a third-party source. It doesn't have to be Twitter. It doesn't have to be some type of I don't even know, some type of comic. It doesn't have to be that. It can be from the game itself. When you log into the game and you experience the gameplay, the maps, the characters, and the story. The story is missing. The story, the interactive story is not there. The only type of story you get is from these maps, from these trailers, and these comics, and I'm gonna promise you, I promise you, casuals don't care. So when you have changes being made to characters, things going on, map changes, the only time they're really gonna care is if they look at the main trailers for when the new season coming out. And like a lot of people, with the Mad Maggie season, this season 12, A lot of people didn't know who the character with the trench coat and the glasses were. They didn't know who that was. They had no clue who that was. A lot of people had no clue who that was. The only reason why they knew who that was because Octane himself said Papa. That is his father. And I can almost guarantee you a lot of people who didn't read the comics wouldn't have known that. Now this is a very minor issue, right? I am going to acknowledge that this is a very minor issue in the grand scheme of the game, right? This isn't like some groundbreaking thing that is gonna, destroy it. But I feel like over time, with more edges, with the more legends you add, the harder it becomes to tell a cohesive story, because all of these characters need to tie to the story somehow, and the more you add, the harder it is to flesh everything out and give each character their own proper storyline. When was the last time you heard anything about Gibraltar? When was the last time you heard anything about Lifeline? It's been a minute. It's been a minute, right? All of these characters are going to get pushed to the side, and I feel like that's going to happen with Mad Maggie and Fuse as well. Seer, when was the last thing you heard about Seer? Nothing. You don't hear about this. Rampart, when was the last thing you heard about that? Like you don't hear about these characters until they feel like that. Until the devs feel like that, it's time to bring them forward. And I feel like you can flesh these characters out and get this story out way faster if you made content in between these seasons that were story focused. If you did that, that will help out a lot. It will bring a lot more people to the game. Because not only are you attracting the first person shooter genre, but you're also attracting the crowd of storytellers, the people who love story. I love story. That's why I'm on here right now ranting about a story in a first person shooter battle royale. I love story. Story is important. Story matters, and it's one of the reasons why I chose this battle royale over Warzone or Fortnite or it's not even a battle royale but Valorant, right? This game has a rich story, and it's not being exploited. It's not being told correctly, in my opinion. It's kind of just being thrown to the wayside and kind of just sat there until it's time to bring it up in the next launch trailer. Respawn or EA, whoever's at fault, you can do better. This can be better than COD. I have no hatred against COD, but you can be the #1 in the league. Apex Legends can be that #1 FPS that people go to, even though it's extremely hard. It is extremely hard to play. It's extremely hard to get into and be good at. But it can be the #1 if you give it the proper attention, the proper content. Listen to the fans, and tell the story that needs to be told, that is sitting here and waiting on the hot plate, but it's not boiling because you haven't turned the fire on yet. You've put all the ingredients in the bowl, but you haven't turned the fire on. That's all I pretty much have to say today. Don't really have anything else to really elaborate on. I probably will later on, but just right now, that's just what I wanted to get off my chest. EA, you could do better. I don't really like you as a company. I'm just gonna be honest with that. But you can definitely do better. And this game can do better. I want it to do better. I want it to thrive. Peace.